So grocery shopping. So we got a half a pound of broccoli. Got some, I'll show it to you when we get home, but we did get some Brussels sprouts, 3 Roma tomatoes, some spinach, bananas, flowers, and I'm going to make some cabbage soup with ground beef and tomato. So I got some tri-colored coleslaw. Okay, I've gotten Rice Krispies, and got some kitty bowls, got some of our country crock, some ice cream, some chocolate chip cookies, some rolled cinnamon rolls, both for when we have guests on Sunday, some milk, we've got some spring water, Palmolive came out with a pump, sourdough loaf for spaghetti next week, just the produce, some of my yogurt, some Hershey's chocolate syrup. So that's where we are so far. We're about almost done. Okay, a produce run to Walmart. A couple of these items are from Aldi. So the Gala apples are from Aldi at $2.19 a bag. The acorn squash was $1.09 a pound. Bananas were from Aldi and they were 58 cents a pound. The oranges were $2.19 as well at Aldi's. The Brussels sprouts were 99 cents a pound at Walmart. The red cabbage was $1.29 a pound. The green cabbage was 99 cents a pound, and the Roma tomatoes were 68 cents a pound at Walmart today. Okay, some more things that we got from Walmart. So I got 4 really small totes. I wish I had measured them before I started the video, but let's see, I think they would probably be 14 to 16 inches long and probably 10 to 14 inches wide. I'm planning on putting stacks of books in them. I'm going to bring my cookbook collection down to these 4 totes. So I got each one of them in the clearance aisle for $7. They have red lids. They're the only ones in the inventory of the totes at Walmart that have the red lids. A Easter wreath. I was looking for one at the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar. Couldn't find any of them. $5 at Walmart. Has these little glittery bunnies on it. That'll work. Some spring water. Couldn't find any distilled water. $1.37 for 2 of those. Hair dye. I think I discussed it before. I have to bring my hair back to this color instead of a lighter color. And once it gets this color, I'll be able to treat it as the gray grows in with something that makes my gray look better than just this really fine white hair. So I can't do that gray type of treatment to have really nice gray hair if I have a light colored brown or a blondish brown or anything like that, because then I end up with this really weird looking gray hair, whether it's my natural or something I'm trying. So this was $12.97 I think at Walmart, and I do it less now. I used to do my hair every 6 weeks. Now I dye my hair every 3 months. Hungry for some hot fudge on some ice cream. I was going to get something at Culver's tonight when we went for a meal, but I did not. So we had a gift card from one of my husband's, when his company was sold, and that one of the managers gave everybody a gift card to Culver's. So I was going to have one of their custards, but I decided to have the ice cream that I have at home and just buy some syrup. Some Tate's cookies. Those are like $3 or $4. Just have a craving for chocolate chip cookies and no time to make them, so I like these. Rice Krispies were $4.48. I think this syrup was like 2 something. For Christmas, it was the last one in the collection. As I'm 62 this year, there's really a few shows that I want to watch. Maybe on repeat, maybe even if I was in my 80s, I'd want to at least hear this in the background. So that's a long time from now. Discs don't often last that well. I don't know if the stuff that we've got downloaded and our gadgets and everything else is going to be here when I'm 80. So I decided to buy these, keep them safe in that. I just got a whole list of like series, box sets, or movies, or even TV shows that I want to watch before it's too late. And by too late, I mean at some point you get tired before the show's over, tired before the movie's over. Sometimes as you get older, you can't remember the plot of the show or the movie. I've been a movie fanatic, nut, lover since I was maybe 8 or 9 years old. TV watcher. That was my biggest hobby when I was growing up, besides bike riding and just being out in nature and farm chores and garden chores, was watching TV. I took babysitting jobs purely for the fact that my neighbors had 2 or 3 channels and we just had one, Channel 10, and that came in rarely. So, and TV really wasn't allowed in our household. So once I got out on my own, always just Little House on the Prairie, The Walton, stuff like that. Before it's, I can't watch a full episode. I want to get that stuff done because I enjoy watching a full episode. I don't like cutting a movie off before it's done. I don't like, I usually, for a series and that, I like to get, 6 or 8 episodes done in a couple of days so I don't lose the plot. So this is one of those shows that I do not have the full collection. This is all 9 seasons, remastered, and it was $50, last one on the shelf. So I went ahead and bought that for myself for Christmas, so I will put that away, and for me, Christmas is done. Some Sugar Daddy peas. We're going to plant peas and sweet peas not too long from now. Kitty food, 3 cases of that at 96 cents a can. And some loose cans at 96 cents a can, so he has more than enough. Sourdough loaf, I think this was $1.68, so that's for our next spaghetti meal. Some plates for entertaining this summer. I thought it was a good deal. I don't have any paper plates in the house at this point in time, but I will have some guests this summer, friends. So $2 when they're used up. That's good. One of the other things that we bought at Aldi was a loaf of split top. That was $1.47. I needed a couple of Miracle erasers. Those were under $2. Great value. Just get 2 of them. Bubble mailers. My hubby's got to send some things back. Lee jeans for me. They were $29.98. I don't know why that has this little sticker, but this was at Walmart. Last pair of the 18W. Hope they fit because they're kind of like in that, army green or khaki green or whatever, and I love that. And then in the clearance aisle, my husband found a beautiful rice cooker. So I'm really, really happy with that. If you've looked at my other channel, a few years, 2 or 3 years back, I finally had enough money to be able to buy some kitchen appliances. I was basically using Martha Stewart saucepan, which I still have, and a Martha Stewart fry pan for cooking, and I had just a stainless steel from Goodwill, and that was the types of pots and pans, the only pots and pans I had, besides a Dutch oven from Aldi that I had got in the first 20-some years of marriage. And all of a sudden, a couple of years ago, this came out on the market, and we started making a game of trying to buy pieces of it when it was on clearance. So we've done really, really good. The other channel shows you some of the appliances I bought, and as I'm cooking with them and that. But I've made ice cream. I bought Dutch ovens. I finally broke down a couple of years ago and bought an air fryer, crock pots. So I love the beautiful stuff. It's worked well for me. I can afford it. And in the clearance aisle, when it's on a clearance price in the store, this is $46. In the clearance aisle, it was $30. So that'll help us be able to buy big bags of rice and then cook it in here rather than just have the instant rice, which I find so much more convenient. This will be convenient too. So that is our grocery haul for the second week, or going into the second week of March.